What you say?
Keep up.
That's right.
Gotta keep up.
Said you gotta keep up.
Gotta keep up.
Yeah.
Rico. Dad and a hubby, man. An international artist and a family, man. Asia. She's the youngest seed. Loves horses and acting, plus the girl can sing. Wifey and the bonus mom. Always saving lives and baking for fun. Keep up. Keep.
Yeah.
Keep up.
Keep up.
Keep up.
Why am I acting like y'all already know this?
Keep up.
If y'all ain't already, you better be.
Keeping up with the Nevotions.
Yeah, buddy.
Happy New Year,
Happy
everybody.
New Year. Man, it feels good to be in the new year.
It does. It definitely
Wow. It's been one.
It was a year, that is for sure. Thank you for joining us for our first episode in 2021. We're excited to be here.
Yes.
We're excited what this new 2021 will bring.
Ooh-wee. What will it bring?
All right, well, let's kick off this show. Let's get it started. So our first segment, as you know, is Code 9 The Streets. And as we did last time, we're switching it up just a little bit to stay safe. So what we did is we actually had another Zoom call with some of our friends and family on our TikTok. And we asked them some questions. So there were some riddles. There were some thought-provoking questions. So hope you enjoy. Check it out. So the first couple questions are like riddles and questions that kind of make you think. So you didn't read them, so you can read too. Right?
Sure.
Okay, so here's the first one.
No.
So this is a long one. So pay attention. Okay. So you are driving a bus. When you begin your route, there's an old woman named Mrs. Smith and a young boy named Raymond who are on the bus. At the first stop, the old lady leaves and a salesman named Ed enters. At the next stop, Jack and his sister Jill get on, as well as 3 women with shopping bags. The bus travels 15 minutes, then stops, and Raymond gets off, and a man and his wife get on. Next, a woman with a bird in a cage gets on. What is the name of the bus driver?
Ed. Miss Smith. That's what I thought. No.
You are driving the bus.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Wait.
Andre.
She kind of helped you out a little bit right there. She's supposed to
Yeah.
other than that. Here's the question. If you divide 30 by half and add 10, what do you get?
You said 30 with half?
You 30
What?
by half and then add 10. Ain't that 25?
Nope.
So if you
No.
divide 30 by half and add 10, what you get?
Divide 30. Damn.
Wait.
If you divide 30 by
What the
half,
heck?
then add 10, what's the answer? 30?
Andre, how?
Okay. Would y'all like the answer?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was if you divide 30 by half and add 10, what do you get, right? 70 is the answer, right?
How did we get to 70?
Okay.
Yeah. So half is 0.5.
You're right.
So if you divide 30 by 0.5, you get 60.
Yes.
Then you
I
add.
don't know how I got 12.
I was close.
Dang.
On a Sunday morning, the oldest girl in a family was murdered. The father was reading the paper. The mother was in the kitchen cooking breakfast. And the girl's brother was playing video games. Uncle George was visiting and was out getting the mail. Who murdered the girl?
Wait. Can you repeat that?
On a
Girl was
Sunday
murdered.
morning, the oldest girl in a family was murdered. The father was reading the paper. The mother was in the kitchen cooking breakfast. And the girl's brother was playing video games. Uncle George was visiting and was out getting the mail. Who murdered the girl?
Uncle George?
See, I was going to say that, but that's a little too... Or, like,
It was
there.
either him or...
It's a little too there.
Why did you
Yeah.
say
It's probably the
Huh?
brother.
Why do you say Uncle George?
Because he went out to get the
He
mail, and
outside.
that's a cover up.
But that's too. That's too.
Why do you
Huh?
cover up?
What else?
Shoot, cuz I mean, he went out.
The brother? Wait.
Oh no, we're talking about Uncle George. He went out to get the mail to see, I guess, to see if it was in the paper.
So it's the dad. Then
You're on the right path.
You're on the right path. So I'll tell you. So it was Uncle George. You are right. You got that one right. But the reason that you should have said it was Uncle George is because he went to get the mail on a Sunday. There's no mail on Sunday.
Oh yeah, it sure ain't.
But
it
you,
really isn't.
you're on the right point.
Yep.
That was good.
I thought that was too easy. I was like, wait a minute.
So here's the next one.
Trick.
All right.
It's another
Listen.
riddle.
It's another riddle. You gotta listen. There are 3 important rooms in a house. The first one is filled with money. The second one is filled with important papers. The third one is filled with jewelry. One day, all of these rooms burst into fire. Which room did the policeman put out the fire first?
Full of money.
So,
I don't know. Is it paper? I don't know.
it was all paper. He put them. Which one did he put out
Oh wait,
first?
no, but jewelry.
Mhm.
Jewelry and
No,
paper.
jewelry melts.
Oh shoot, you're right.
So
I'll read it one more time. While
okay,
your brain is calculating. There are 3 important rooms, 3 of them
Jewelry.
okay,
in the house. The first
right.
one is filled with money. The second one is filled with important papers. The third one is filled with jewelry. One day, all of these rooms burst into fire. Which room did the policeman put out?
The police, he didn't put out none
Why?
because he ain't got no. He ain't. He's a cop, not a firefighter.
Oh shoot.
Go ahead, high five. Look at representing. Go ahead with your bad self.
Mm.
All right.
Nice
Good
job.
job.
All right. So these now are just kind of questions. Who do you think has it easier, men or women?
Men.
Why you say men?
Because number one, they don't give birth. Number two, they don't have periods. Number three, like they just have it easier.
Really?
Yes. Why would you think women then?
I mean, I can't take that away from y'all. That y'all do have that. That's y'all nature, but it's not our fault that y'all have to
No,
go
I'm
through
just
that,
saying.
But
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just
honestly,
saying that's what
no,
we go
yeah, I
through.
know. I'm just saying, but like, we probably got it. I don't know, because that's a back and forth conversation.
I want to hear a point though.
My point is, it's a back and forth conversation. That's something that ain't never gonna get solved, in my opinion.
I would say that different situations would be easier for that certain sex.
Right.
Right. So it all balance out at the end. Certain things you're gonna get through easier than other sex and vice versa. So it evens itself out in the end. That would be my answer.
Yeah, I mean, when I read that, I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think it is, because I think there's different, yeah, like you said, moments or situations where I think it's much harder on women or there's a higher expectation on women. And then vice versa. Same thing with men. When you talk about, there's a lot of pressure that men have to be the breadwinners. And so, I mean, and there's just certain situations where there's just, I think, whether it's easier or not, I think the pressure that's on that particular sex in that situation is higher than the other. What is your most embarrassing moment?
I was doing a gig in Manhattan and It was for the New York Marathon, and there was like a tiny stage that they had us like perform on. It was literally like the size. I don't even know how to explain it. Like the size of my bed. That's how big the stage was. So everybody was like, there was like what, five, eight of us, and we were like cramped on there, but we had to like act like we weren't cramped. So we're just like, doing the gig. And then I have a solo, so I had to like kind of jump off the stage, but I fell off the stage in front of like 1,000 people. So I was just like, but I just got right back up. I just did a code nine in the streets with the Nevotion.
All right, it's Andre. I just did a code 9 in the streets with keeping up with the Nevotions, number one TikTok couple in the nation. Enjoyed it, and I'll be ready to do it again.
So much fun. It's such a great. It's really a true. It's a family, right?
Yeah,
we've really gained some really fun, great friends and family on TikTok. It's amazing. So we hope you enjoyed that.
I know
we did. We had a lot of fun.
Oh man! So what we have next is the video of the month. Are you guys ready for it? Let's go!
I need somebody to hear, somebody to...
What happened today?
Naija. 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 Naija.
Oh, can you just shut up and let me do my TikTok?
This one is for the boys. The 5 Secrets to Happiness.
Hey babe, what are you watching?
Just my show.
I'm gonna check something.
Man, this is the dumbest challenge.
Suddenly you're asking for it back. Could you tell me?
I hope you enjoyed that. In true fashion, when you enter the new year, you like to look back on the year prior, and we thought it was fun to share some of our favorite TikToks, our impactful TikTok videos that we had. So, again, we hope you enjoyed that.
There was a lot of them.
There was a lot. It was hard to choose. It's hard to get all those videos into 1 minute.
Definitely wasn't able to get them all in there, but
No, those
we
are some
hope
of the
you
top
guys,
ones. So, but check out our TikTok page if you
Exactly.
haven't, and also we have a lot of our TikTok videos on our YouTube page too. So check them
Yes.
out.
please do.
All right, moving on to the meme of the month, and this one was very funny to me. I really this one really got me. So check it out.
What the meme is this?
I think that's how everybody's feeling, right? You're like,
Yeah.
2020 was rough, man. I don't know if I want to, but I don't, but I do, right?
Yeah, it's like when you peeking in the room when you're kind of scared of what's there, So, I mean, I think that's the spirit of a lot of people this coming into this year. But it's gonna be a beautiful year.
It
I can
is.
feel
We're
it.
going in positivity,
Yes.
claiming it, right?
Claiming it.
Yes.
You gotta claim it to obtain it.
That's right, babe.
You know it.
That's right.
All right. Well, I think now we have to go to the questions.
Questions and answers. All right. So let me just make sure I get these questions right. So the first one we have here is from Jake Tallahassee. Gotta make sure I get the name right. Jake Tallahassee from Texas. He would like to know, what have you learned about each other over the course of 2020?
I learned that I need to run. No, I'm just playing.
Hey. Wow. All right. Well, that's the show. So.
No, I've learned. I guess what I've learned most is that the way we dealt with 2020 tells me that we can get through anything together. Honestly, I feel like it didn't shake us at all as a unit. It shook us in ways emotionally with the losses and stuff like that. But as in our relationship, I don't feel like it shook at all. Like, it really didn't shake at all. It was just the normal things, and it just really confirmed to me that, man, that shouldn't be nothing we can't get through.
Yeah. I mean, I think if it was our first year being married, right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot to go through in your first year. We had all these trips planned; those are all canceled, and we love to travel. So that's something that was taken away. Obviously, we lost family members. We were dealing with the injustice going on, and we have our family members on different sides, and just different viewpoints, and all that kind of coming together. And it really made me realize how, I think, patient, understanding, strong, resilient he is. And just, again, I knew this already, but really confirming just how well you communicate and how you like to look at all sides. And even though we may not agree with everybody's viewpoint, we may not even understand it, we still need to respect that person. And, if they're a true family or friend, we still love that person, right? They're not going to go out of our lives. So we have to find a way to be able to kind of work through our differences. And sometimes we can't, and sometimes you just kind of figure out kind of where you stand with each other, and that's okay too. So, I mean, I learned a lot from him over this past year, but it just kind of reinforced who you are as an individual. So that was a good question.
Yeah, very good.
Good question, Jake. Second question is from Pam Severson, here from Minnesota.
Minnesota. Represent that.
Thank you for your question, Pam. So she would like to know, obviously it was a tough year, but what was your favorite or most memorable moment of the year?
Oh, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay.
I know what you're doing.
No, you don't.
Yes,
You don't
I know.
I think I know what you think I'm going to say.
Cool.
But I think it would have to be, it was right at the beginning of the year. So when we were in the Bahamas, and now I'm forgetting the name of what their celebration was.
Oh.
Junkanoo in Bahamas. So that's their New Year's celebration, and it was so cool.
Yeah.
Just the amount of effort with their costumes and their dancing, and it was an amazing display of creativity.
Yes.
Community, like it was so neat. And they started, what did it start at, 4 in the morning or something? I don't know, some crazy hours. I'm not up at this time, people.
No.
But it was such a cool experience, and
really
that it was, our first New Year's as a married couple. It was our honeymoon, and it was just a really, that was, it started the year off great.
Very good.
So that would be the moment that was really memorable for me. I tricked you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I know.
And I'm like sitting here, and I'm like, as you're talking, I'm trying to think, like, where do I go with? Because when you think memorable, you're thinking like the good things, right? Mm-hmm. That's a tough one for me, and I don't get stunned too often. I don't get stunned too often. So if I really dig deep inside of Rico, I would have to say, this sucks. You guys gonna be like, Rico, you wasn't ready. But we don't read these questions until it's time. But I feel like you stole like one of the greatest parts, just because it really started off the year like so. So if I could piggyback off of you, I would appreciate it. Because what I would say is, we stayed there like basically 2 weeks, and the thing about the Junkaroo that she was talking about is, it spoke about a lot of stuff that actually ended up happening in life, like with the bullying. They did decorations and costumes about cyberbullying, about injustice, like all that stuff that they was painting in those actually came to be in a heavy way in 2020. But it was such a very wholesome, beautiful, energy, spiritual experience. So I'm not to piggyback off you on that one.
And I think just we learned a lot about the Junkaroo from people that we met at the resort, just about the history of the different groups that competed, you know, who usually wins. And there's like hundreds of people in each of these groups.
Yes.
And it's a big competition.
They live for that.
Yeah, and they practice months and months and months and months, and they some of, I can't remember how long the it's not a parade, but how long it was. But I mean, you have these older individuals doing this, and they have these like humongous like hat things. I don't know what they're called, you know, for their costumes and stuff. Yeah. Some of them are barefoot. It was just astonishing, and it was just really, really neat. And we actually are good friends with some of the individuals who from our honeymoon who's still there and whatnot. And we spoke with one of them, and unfortunately they couldn't do it event this year, which was really sad to hear. I'm sure that's probably never
We'll have to
happened
share
before.
some of the video footage we have.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, those are great questions.
Yes.
Great questions.
Very good questions.
All right. Well, that wraps up another episode, our first episode of 2021.
I know, it's so hard to say.
2021. Thank you again for joining us. We always appreciate you supporting us and rocking with us. We truly appreciate it. Check out our other episodes. We also have a lot of other fun videos and such on our YouTube page, so check that out as well.
And also, if you look at the information down below, you can send your questions to that email address.
Yes.
And it just might end up on our show.
Absolutely.
Right?
We'd love to hear from you.
So, thank you guys again. We appreciate you. We love you. And let's go into this year with nothing but positivity.
Absolutely.
All right? Thank you.
Take
Let's
care.
get to the music.
Let's do it.
What you say? Keep up.
That's right.
Gotta keep up.
You gotta keep up.
Gotta keep up. Let's go. Dad and a hubby, man. An international artist and a family, man. Asia, she's the youngest seed. Loves horses and acting, plus the girl can sing. Wifey and the bonus mom. Always saving lives and baking for fun. Keep up. Keep up. Keep up. Keep up.
Why am I acting like y'all already know this?
Keep up.
If y'all ain't already, you better be.
Keeping up with the Nevotions.